Commander Jason Cade had seen a lot during his time in the Orion conflict. Burning stations, dead planets, even the dissolving hulls of friends lost to vacuum. But nothing quite matched what he saw on the Varela that day. The Varela had sent out a distress signal. No words, just a flare of emergency data, core meltdown imminent. As per fleet code, Cade's patrol ship Lancer 9 responded within minutes. The Varela, a diplomatic cruiser of the Galactic Accord, floated like a wounded beast, fire tearing through its decks, atmosphere venting in jets of white mist. He boarded. It alone, suit sealed, oxygen ticking down. The inside was hell. Flames licked through bulkheads. Heat shimmered through cracked corridors. Most crew were dead, fried, crushed, or sucked out into the void. But his helmet scanner caught one life sign. Barely, faint, flickering. Deck 12. He fought his way there, pushing through debris and smoke. A woman lay pinned beneath a collapse. Girder, her form barely visible through the flickering firelight. She wasn't human. Or at least, not fully. Her skin shimmered, not from sweat, but with the glow of something contained, like a plasma coil under pressure. Her eyes snapped open when he lifted the beam. "Don't," she whispered. "The fire. It's holding me in." Cade didn't stop. He was a soldier, a rescuer, a human. And humanity never left anyone behind. He scooped her up, her body burning hot, against his suit, and bolted back toward the Lancer 9. The inferno surged behind him, as if resisting the rescue. He made it to the airlock just before the Varela exploded behind him, a final blast hurling both of them into the medbay. She lay unconscious, unburned, breathing, strangely calm. Given the inferno, she came from. Dr. Marin examined her behind. Containment glass. "Commander, this isn't just some alien diplomat. She's a Therianari." Cade blinked. "That's just a myth." "The fireborn energy beings that mimic flesh?" "Not a myth anymore," the doctor said grimly. "Whatever fire she was, it wasn't killing her. It was containing her, suppressing her core form. The second you pulled her out, an alarm blared. The medbay lights flickered red. Inside the containment chamber, the woman floated now, skin cracking into molten lines of lava light. Her human disguise melted away. What replaced it was something terrible, beautiful, and terrifying. A being of living flame, a shape of energy so pure that it distorted gravity and light around her. And she was waking up. Cade stood before the glass. She said the fire held her in, like a prison. "Or a seal," Marin murmured. "Gods help us." Her name was E-Ray, and she wasn't born. She had been forged in a neutron furnace star. She spoke, but not with her mouth, with thought. "You should have let me burn." Cade didn't flinch. "I don't leave people behind. I am not people. I was bound for a reason." Flashes hit him. Images not his own. Whole planets scorched. Empires falling in firestorms. A single being walking through. It all unburned, unconcerned. YRAEI. But those weren't her memories. They were fears. Warnings embedded in her existence. She wasn't a destroyer by choice. She was heat given form. Fire does not hate. Fire simply burns. The Accord had imprisoned her inside the Varela. The ship's systems were designed to keep her core suppressed. Constant plasma flooding, pressure containment fields, neutron dampeners, all that gone now. "I saved you," Cade said, heart pounding. "There has to be something left in you, someone who wants to live without hurting others." "I do, but want and reality are not the same." She looked up, and for a moment her body shimmered into something near human again. Fragile, trembling, vulnerable. "I asked them to end me. They chose prison instead. And now you've opened the cage." Hours passed. The Lancer 9 drifted in orbit over a dead moon. Cade sat alone on the observation deck, staring at the stars. The door opened behind him. YRAE stood there, wrapped in a makeshift thermal robe. Not glowing, not pulsing, just there. "I contain myself," she said quietly. Barely, but the containment won't last. Then we find a solution, Cade said, standing. You think humans can fix everything? He smiled. We usually can. Or at least make a hell of a mess trying. Mireille walked to the viewport, gazing out at the stars. You know, when I burned worlds, I felt nothing. It was just what I was. Until today. Until you ran into fire to save. A creature you didn't understand. That's what humans do. We run into things we don't understand and hope. Silence lingered Dot, and then she whispered, almost too quiet to hear. Then hope may be contagious. Weeks later, the Galactic Accord met in emergency session. Delegates panicked. Etheria Nari had escaped. Earth was blamed. War was on the table. Until Ray appeared, not as Flame, not as Fury, but as ambassador, wrapped in containment threads forged by humans, stabilized by fusion resonance fields, and anchored by her own choice. I am not your weapon, she said, voice echoing in 1,000 minds. I am not your myth. I am your future, if you let me be more than what you fear. And beside her stood Jason Cade, calm, silent, and proud. Humanity had saved the monster, but perhaps what they truly saved was hope.